You know the feeling when you hear about a new technology release and you immediately feel the pressure to catch up. The speed of artificial intelligence development has created a landscape where the tools you use today might be obsolete by next month. For a non-technical entrepreneur, this creates a specific kind of anxiety. You do not need a list of technical specifications. You do not need to know the exact number of parameters or the specific training data used. You need to understand what this means for your bottom line. Today we are looking at the strategic implications of the latest iteration, often referred to as GPT-5.5, not as a collection of features, but as a shift in how intelligent systems integrate into business workflows. Here is the thing. Most people approach these updates by asking what is new. They want a feature list. They want to know if the model can write code better or if it can generate images faster. But for a business owner, the real question is about return on investment. This is the ratio of the gain from an investment relative to the cost of that investment. When a system evolves, the value is not in the raw power alone. It is in how that power changes the way you operate. The current trajectory suggests a pivot toward what can be described as a super app ecosystem. This is not just a better chatbot. It is an environment where advanced reasoning capabilities are woven directly into the fabric of your daily operations. Consider the analogy of a Swiss Army knife. For a long time, tools were specialized. You had a specific tool for cutting, a specific tool for screwing, a specific tool for measuring. In the early days of artificial intelligence, models were similar. They were specialized tools for specific tasks. You might use one model for writing and another for data analysis. The new development suggests a move away from this fragmentation. The system is designed to handle complex, multimodal reasoning in a single interaction. This means you can upload a contract, ask for a summary, identify the risks, and then draft a response without switching between different applications. The friction of moving data between different platforms disappears. Now consider this regarding context. There is a significant capability regarding the amount of information the model can process at once. In technical terms, this is known as a context window. The current iteration appears to support a window of 1 million tokens. To put that in perspective, a single token is roughly equivalent to 3/4 of a word. 1 million tokens represents a massive amount of information. It is comparable to reading hundreds of books in a single conversation. For an entrepreneur, this means you can feed the system your entire history of customer emails, your financial reports from the last year, and your strategic plans all at once. The system can find connections between a meeting from 3 years ago and a current market trend that a human might miss because the memory is too long to hold manually. However, this increase in capacity comes with a trade-off that you must understand. The system is utilizing a mechanism known as performance efficiency optimized routing. Think of this like a traffic control system for your requests. When you ask a simple question, the system uses a smaller, faster, and cheaper model to answer it. When you ask a complex question that requires deep reasoning, it routes that task to a more powerful engine. This dynamic balancing act is what makes the system cost-effective. It prevents you from paying for high-end computing power for simple tasks. But it also means the system is not a single monolithic brain. It is a network of different models working together. This routing efficiency allows the system to handle high-volume workloads without breaking the bank, which is the key to scaling an AI strategy. There is another layer to this evolution that involves specialized reasoning. Research into the previous generation of models indicates significant gains in clinical reasoning and diagnostic tasks. While we are not talking about medical practice here, the underlying capability is relevant for business strategy. The system can analyze complex, unstructured data to make holistic decisions. It can look at a market report and a competitor analysis and synthesize a strategy that considers both financial and operational risks. This is not about replacing human judgment. It is about augmenting it. The system acts as a highly capable adjunct. It can process the data so you can focus on the decision. But you must be aware of the limitations. The rapid iteration of these versions suggests an accelerated development cycle. In this rush, some specific capabilities may face regression. For example, specialized coding skills have shown signs of fluctuation in recent updates. If your business relies heavily on custom software development, you might find that the general reasoning capabilities come at the expense of niche technical stability. This is a critical point for ROI. If the system is better at strategy but worse at writing code, you need to adjust your workflow accordingly. You might use it for planning and architecture, but rely on traditional tools for the actual implementation. Understanding where the regression lies is just as important as knowing where the gains are. The internal development cycle for these models appears to be extremely aggressive. There are indications of a code red status on certain development tracks, suggesting that the company is trying to close a gap with competitors through feature deployment. This means the technology is evolving faster than the market can absorb it. For the entrepreneur, this means you cannot wait for the perfect tool. You must integrate what is available now and build flexibility into your processes. If you build your entire operation around a specific feature and that feature changes or degrades, you are at risk. You need to build systems that can adapt to the AI, not just systems that the AI can serve. The strategic pivot is toward an ecosystem where the AI is the central hub. It is not just a tool you pick up and put down, it is the environment where your work happens. This changes how you hire. It changes how you train your team. It changes how you measure success. The return on investment is no longer just about saving time on tasks. It is about the quality of the decisions made by a system that can hold more information and reason more holistically than any human team could alone. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I am a one-person team working hard to make each video better than the last. Subscribe if you found value. It is the best way to show support. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. See you in the next video.